But an underrated factor here is that the Conservative Party has an army of workers out there, and they're knocking on doors and they're talking to people.
Right, first things first, the BBC are showing the 1992 general election all day today, and I'm really into it. I'm a politics junkie and a broadcast television nerd with a penchant for contemporary British history. This is like porn for me. Right, back to business. I've been thinking lately, it's been quite painful. One of our favourite things ever as humans, one of our best ones, is opinions. We love opinions. We don't seem to understand what they are. Here is the literal definition of an opinion. A view or judgment formed about something, not necessarily based in fact or knowledge. So when you hear someone say something stupid and then go, it was just my opinion, what they're really saying is, I ain't got a fucking clue, but I wanted to seem like I did. And yet we continue to set great store on opinions. Most of this has been people sat around a table going, well, I think this and I think that. And no one agrees, but it's news. Case in point, movies. The art of film criticism has been boiled down to the art of having an opinion. Nowadays, that is literally all that's required. Sometimes barely even that. It's like these days there seems to be less need for knowledge, basic knowledge, about filmmaking when it comes to reviewing movies, because if an established cine-literate critic trashes a movie, then it can rely on a Twitter egg saying best film ever, and they'll shove that on the poster instead. Which then raises the question about what value we place on an opinion and the source of that opinion, because you could argue that the Twitter egg represents your average punter who just wants to go to the movies and have a good time, and the critic is a bit sort of elitist, a bit snobby, and they're looking for a different kind of artistic merit. That's why it bothers me when people allow reviews from anywhere to dictate their own opinion, because if one opinion leads another opinion, then that dilutes the opinion, and which opinion is the right opinion and whose opinion... I've got a headache. That doesn't mean I don't like sharing views or critiquing stuff, although I'll rarely go out of my way to give something a bad review, because I'd rather shout about the things that I love than piss on the stuff I don't. Especially given that I'm someone trying to get into an industry and I'm putting work out there for it to be judged, build each other up and that. Unless it's like offensively bad. I once went on a rant about a movie because it started with a shot so invasive it might as well have been inside a woman's anal canal. Which doesn't mean I don't enjoy it when someone else does it, because I'm very much a sipping tea from a distance kind of guy. It's just not how I want to roll really, but I do want to share my thoughts still, and I reckon that if I'm gonna do that, you should all at least have some form of context. So next time you ask me what I think about a movie, do bear in mind the following. I haven't seen Schindler's List, but I have seen Spice World multiple times. I've never seen Casablanca, but I own Sex and the City 2. I absolutely love Rear Window, but I also absolutely love It's Complicated. And I didn't really like Citizen Kane, but I have a lot to say about the virtues of Monster-in-Law, and if you've got a second, I'd like to tell you about that now, because Jennifer Lopez...